What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Pursuit of Growth. I hope you've been well. Hey, you may remember in the last video I showed you about some armyworm damage that luckily I was able to stop before it got too bad, but we need to fix some of this. So we're gonna overseed this area right here. And the reason I'm shooting in this really shady part of my lawn is to show you just how much shade this area gets. Gets a little bit in the very early morning, but that's about it. So we're gonna try the GCI turf cool blue here, see how that works. And there's some other spots we need to fix, but first I want to show you something really awesome. How sick is that truck, right? Man, the Lord has blessed me with so many things. So the truck's awesome. I left the magnets and the company logos and things off it because I'm waiting for a few more pieces, and I'm gonna do a very specific video on the branding of my company and things like that. So be on the lookout for that. But today it's all about some fall repair work. And it starts with this armyworm damage. Now, like I said in the last video, luckily I was able to get it stopped and keep it to just this area through using Bifin XTX, which is I believe 25% oil-based bifenthrin. I've been using that in customers' lawns as well that have had armyworm damage, and I have not had one single callback. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about fixing this area that was damaged by the armyworms, and I'll bring you in for a close shot here, but you'll see that they really took a liking to the bent grass. Because this area is so shaded, it is the perfect environment for bent grass to grow and thrive. About 2 or 3 years ago when I renovated this part, it was all pretty much fescue, rye, and bluegrass. I sprayed the bent grass out with several rounds of tenacity, but unfortunately in the last 3 years, because of the shade in the environment, the bent grass has thrived and come back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a quick light raking. We're going to come in and cut like from here to about here, a bit shorter than usual. All year I've been cutting at 4, brought it up to 4.5 inches, and now I'm bringing it back down. It currently needs a cut, but I'm cutting it at 3.5, and I might try to bring it down to 3 before season's end. And I'll show you over on the other side on zone 1, some other small things that I'm doing. So this area right here has caused me fits. Both me and Mackenzie can't figure out what we want to do with this area. It was a landscape bed, but I haven't done anything with the landscape since I've lived at this house. And I kind of think this might look good as grass. I'm doing a full blown renovation next fall. It was actually supposed to be this fall, like right now, but with starting the business and getting married, it was just too much to take on. So what I'm going to do here is very simple. I'm going to hand pull this spurge and some of these weeds out and rough this all up and plant grass here. And if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it'll give me an idea if I actually like having this area as grass. If I don't, when I do the renovation, I'll just kill it off, because everything's getting killed off next year, and put the landscape bed back in. And of course up here where the work was done last winter, things are not looking too shabby, but there are some spots like right there I want to address. Just want to get a little more fescue into this area. This really struggled during the heat of the summer, and then maybe a little bit right in this area. I'm just kind of being picky. And really, I just have some seed left over, so I'm just trying things out, see how they work. Sorry for the wind noise. I don't have the muffler on the microphone, but maybe if I turn around, it'll help. I am ecstatic over how this yard looks. This yard has not had a feeding, like a nitrogen feeding, since June. Come to think of it, I don't really know that it's had much of anything since July. I really do think that that hydrant application did a great job of keeping everything looking decent in the summer months. I have not watered, I mean, I haven't lived here, so I have not watered this much at all, and that goes for the whole stand. So that's pretty impressive to me. And I'm really happy with how things look as we continue to bring the height of cut down. I think it'll just look better and better as we continue into the fall. And while I'm at it, since we are coming down to the end of the season, I am going to be excited to do a video on how the ceramic coating is held up through the season with my mower here. That I bagged so little that when I threw the bag on, totally forgot to take the mulch chute plug out. That's how little I try to bag. Let's take a look here and see what we're working with. This is cut at 3 inches, and you can see the border of where I cut out. That's where we're going to focus our attention on. We're right here in the middle. And you can see, man, they really just like that bent grass. Pretty bare if you remove all that wispy dead bent grass out of the way. But look in here, there is definitely some green coming back. I'm gonna need you to hold me accountable a little bit, because I promised myself I wouldn't go crazy trying to reseed this, and it's just a short little afternoon project, nothing crazy. So that being said, here I come with the weasel and the rake. And I know a lot of junk's gonna come out of this, and I really don't feel like cleaning up a big mess. So I'm just gonna get the spots that are really damaged. And this rake is amazing for that. I mean, look at this. I'm barely doing anything at all. Look at all this bent grass that's coming out. So I'm gonna light raking just in this part that's really bad. And then we'll come with the garden weasel, rough it up, seed it, and that's it. Obviously fertilize it accordingly with the green pop and the RGS. And we're gonna do those spots up there and be done with it. I don't want this to be a crazy big drawn out project. I'm telling you, man, this garden weasel is like my most valuable tool. And I don't mean like monetarily speaking, but just to be able to, for little projects, and as you'll see in a coming video, even for a bigger overseeding project, it is quite a valuable tool for just getting things worked up. Now the nice thing is that this is a pretty shady area, so the soil is pretty much always moist. Again, a contributor to this bent grass that keeps coming up in here. But instead of a big old rental aerator or something like that, a little bit of sweat equity, this thing works really well. The dividing line right here from freshly cut down to 3 inches, and then this is all cut on 3.5, and that was close to a week ago. So look at the color difference. Again, no feedings since June. So we're gonna get the GCI Cool Blue out, and we're just gonna do a quick seeding where there's a clear box of where I'm working. Probably somewhere like, hi Mr. Motorcycle. somewhere probably around, well, this whole side is like 1,200 square feet. So we're probably 5, 6, 7, 800 maybe where we're seeding. So we're not even talking about a lot of seed. Probably 6 pounds per 1,000. So maybe we'll just, for simplicity's sake, put 6 pounds and call it 1,000. Then we'll move on to the other pieces. And man, I hope that wind's not wrecking this too bad. I bet it is though when I'm walking like this into it. All right, so we got 6 pounds of Cool Blue, which is the fescue with a little bit of bluegrass from GCI turf. And I'm just going to use my little hand whizzer. Again, this is supposed to be quick. That's the whole point of why I'm doing this. So we'll get this out, and then while I'm getting it out, I'll talk to you about the rest. So after this seed gets put out here and in these other spots that I'm showing you right now, any of the seeded areas will get 12 ounces per 1,000 of green pop and 6 ounces per 1,000 of RGS. And that'll really help get this stuff up and moving. You can see here, running the, just doing the same thing, making ready the ground for the seeding in these other spots. And same rate, 6 pounds per 1,000. On that little bare area, I'm gonna go a little bit heavier, obviously. But again, with a major project coming next fall, I'm just kind of doing this because I got the product and the seed to do it. I'm not really trying to, I'm just trying to give myself something I can bear to look at and work with over the next years. I also put in a little bit of mesotrione in just to stave off some weed pressure, and over in zone 2, maybe get rid of a little bit of that bent grass, or even just keep it at bay a little bit is all I'm really trying to do. And as far as watering goes, just keep it moist for the first 2-3 weeks, nothing crazy. And then you can get back to a more traditional watering amount. Once you've got good germination, you can start pushing the roots and worry about thickening versus top growth. It's really simple, man. Anybody can do this stuff. And like I said, I got a bunch of school stuff to get accomplished today, so I went to the online version of my church this morning because it is Sunday, and watch the service, and I could get out of here and do what I need to do. I'm budgeting no more than 2 hours to get this project done. So if you have a good game plan and pre-plan a little bit, you can get something like this knocked out pretty quickly. So hey, thanks for watching this one. Again, 2 days ago, I completed a pretty big overseeding job. I'll bring that to you when we go out and check the results and see how things are progressing. And I think you'll really like it. We got a bunch more stuff coming up on my on the company. I've been holding off on showing you anything about it until I get the last piece of the puzzle, the uniforms, and kind of just show you my branding and everything I do with that. So be on the lookout for that. Got to get used to this microphone. I'm sure it's been a little bit windy on this video, but I'm sure overall the quality is going to be much better, and I can go out and work as I'm filming versus always being tethered to a shotgun microphone on the top of my GoPro. So if you found this valuable to you, if you want to stick around and support me, I'd greatly appreciate a follow, like, subscribe, share, and tell all your buddies. Shout out Pete with the GCI. All right. Have a good one, y'all.